Goodbye, my old friends, I whispered to the darkness. Just then, a sleek black car pulled up. The man who got out had come straight from the airport. I ran to him with a smile and threw myself into his arms. His arms wrapped around me tightly, the faint scent of cedar and jet lag clinging to his clothes, familiar, comforting, the only constant in the chaos that had become my life. I'm sorry I'm late, he murmured, pressing a kiss to the top of my head. The storm delayed my flight, and I couldn't get in touch with you. I was terrified something had happened. I pulled back, smiling up at him, the weight of the evening's loneliness lifting just a little. Elias. My real boyfriend. The one I'd kept hidden not to save face but to protect, from my father's scheming, from the three boys who'd once been my world, from the drama that seemed to follow Chloe wherever she went. I'm okay, I said, brushing a strand of hair from his face. Just a long night. He frowned, his eyes scanning my face, sharp, observant, the way they always were when he sensed I was holding back. Elias wasn't like Liam, Ethan, or Noah. He didn't come from wealth or privilege. He'd worked his way through college, earned every opportunity, and loved me not for my last name or my father's fortune, but for me. Did they do something? He asked, his voice low. He knew about the three heirs, about Chloe, about the gala fiasco. I'd told him everything even when I was ashamed to admit how much their rejection hurt. I shook my head, taking his hand. It's nothing. They're just being them. Come on, let's get inside. The villa's empty, and it's pouring outside. He nodded, lacing his fingers through mine, and we walked back into the familiar warmth of the Hayes vacation home. The lights were still on, the grand piano silent in the corner, the echoes of our childhood laughter faded but not forgotten. Elias looked around, his gaze softening as he took in the photos on the walls, pictures of me, Liam, Ethan, and Noah grinning like fools, covered in mud from a day of playing in the yard, sitting on the piano bench with our hands tangled on the keys. So this is the place you told me about, he said, picking up a framed photo of the four of us at age 10, each of us wearing a silly hat, Noah making a face behind my shoulder. You were so small. I smiled, leaning against his side. We were all so naive. We thought we'd be friends forever. My voice trailed off, and Elias squeezed my hand. Some friendships are worth fighting for, he said, but only if the other people are willing to fight too. You can't carry it alone, Anya. I knew he was right, but letting go of 20 years of memories, of late nights sharing secrets, of them protecting me from bullies, of ice cream runs after school, was harder than I'd ever imagined. Even now, after they'd chosen Chloe over me, after they'd accused me of jealousy and manipulation, a part of me still clung to the hope that they'd wake up, that they'd see her for who she really was. I know, I said quietly, but I'm tired of fighting. Let's just focus on us. The wedding is next month, and that's all that matters. Elias smiled, pressing a kiss to my forehead. You're right. Let's get some rest. Tomorrow, we'll figure out how to get back to the city. And if those three boys have any sense, they'll realize what they've lost. I hoped he was right. But as I lay in bed that night, listening to the rain beat against the windows, I couldn't shake the feeling that things were only going to get worse before they got better. Chloe wasn't the type to let go easily, and the three boys were still blind to her games. Little did I know, the storm that night was just the beginning of a reckoning none of us saw coming. The next morning,
Full Story by IO